Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are tuned in to the Vitamin D with Dawn Dai podcast, and I am your host, Dawn Dai, here to get you excited about your life so that you can live life on purpose and for a purpose. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Vitamin D, it's a pun off my name. My name is Dawn, and you get vitamin D from the sun, so I'm here to shed light into your life. And I do this with inspirational insights and conversations with celebrities and everyday people like you and me. Because if you want to be better and you want to do better, then you're going to have to be able to see better. So join me on this journey of living our best lives and understanding and realizing how you are your greatest asset. Well, what do you know? What do you know? 2021 is out the window. Isn't that crazy how the year went by that fast? I was sitting here trying to think. I said, man, so much has happened this year, but every year so much has happened. But I guess for me, I had to sit down and really reflect who I've been this year to Dawn. Yeah, that's what I gave myself the gift this year. I gave myself me. And it started about just taking my time, take your time, choosing Dawn. Because this year I decided to say yes and to me. I think if you even go back to the very first episode for 2021, I said yes and. It's one of the earlier episodes and how I was going to just keep building. And when I decided to say yes to Dawn, that looked like me leaving as the digital content producer for the Steve Harvey Morning Show. But guess what? That's why I'm here right now. 2021 also looked like a lot of things on my vision board that I created manifesting. Yeah, like coming out the shadows, being a woman in entertainment, getting my home together. Manifestation, abundance. That's what I've been saying. My word has been this year. Then I said, you know what? That's my word for the lifetime, abundance. But I realized that none of this would have been possible had I not learned to take my time. Like, take my time in seeing Dawn. Take my time and meditating with Dawn, because life will have you going. I mean, we already rotating at 360 degrees, 24/7 hours a day. Then we get all the foolishness going around in our heads that's rotating. It's like, whoa, peace, be still. I was even on social media and I wanted to put up this video, and I said I wanted to do a prayer for peace, because there's so much foolishness going around this world that you gotta, say, wait a minute, peace, be still. And in my moment of peace, I had a moment to really connect with Dawn, to see Dawn. Heck, that's why I even got my hair back right now. See me. I wanted to see Dawn so I can show up as Dawn. So I authentically could be here right now with you speaking as Dawn. But see, I've been moving so fast, just going, just grinding, that I had a minute to just exhale.
Get your vitamin D right here with me and get excited about your life.
Christina Aguilera, she has this song called "A Voice Within," and I've done a quick dose, and I asked people, I said, "Do you know your inner voice? Like, do you know what's speaking to you about what it is that you want?" Because that's what I had to do for this year. I did it a couple of years ago, but I had to do it with Dawn because I was saying, like, well, what kind of discontent am I in? And that's when I was working the job, because I felt like I didn't choose Dawn. And I shared that with you because if there's something that you're not with, it's time to change it. We're going into 2022. What you gonna do, boo? But in that moment of listening to Dawn, I said, well, what do you want, Dawn? If we can have anything we want out of life, when do you ask yourself, well, what do you want? Because if you ask, you can receive it. If you seek it, you shall find it. If you knock, the door will be open to you. So what do you want? And I said, I want to choose you, Dawn. I want to show up as you, Dawn. I want to be authentically you, Dawn, so that you can be used to share your gift with the world, Dawn, so that we can fulfill this manifestation of being bigger than Oprah, Dawn. That's what I said. And I had to challenge myself to really go by my faith and not by what I'm seeing. See, that's why they say you got to have the vision, because you can get caught up on looking around. And that's why I say peace, be still, because your head going to go spinning in circles if you get concerned about what's going around. Peace, be still. Know the voice within. Because when the lights are dark, when you don't know which way to go, you got to follow the passion. And I had to do that, because I had to listen to Dawn. this year was a lot of growing. People like, Dawn, how you doing? I say I'm growing because I want to be authentic with it. There's been the good times and there's also been, and I shouldn't even say bad times, but I want to say not so good, but it didn't feel good. But I was growing. I was stretching. I said I wanted to do things. So I said I had to stop and start being more vulnerable with things. I had to relax more because when you relax more, you get to breathe. And that's why I'm so grateful for my team. I'm so grateful for Jeremiah to be able to support me with the podcast, to get all this content to you together so that I can just breathe and be Dawn, so I can show up and be here right now. To Brian, to showing up and getting the audio together and mixing it. So this year I learned that gratitude moment and to take time. Also showing more grace with Dawn. Because in this process of hearing my inner voice, taking my time, allowing me to see myself, I think sometimes we have this vision of who we think that we are, right? Who we think we show up. And oftentimes if we don't meet that mark, and it can be as simple as maybe our hair isn't right or our outfit isn't right, or perhaps we didn't get the job that we thought we were supposed to get. And it's like, have you ever thought that maybe there was something better? Or maybe that this just wasn't the right timing, or maybe just today wasn't the day. But just understanding that grace and being more gentle and not being so rigid and understanding like, Dawn, I know you say, I'm going to be an instrument. I say, I, you, me, Dawn. I'm all talking to Dawn right now. I say, I know you want to, show up and speak and inspire. But I say, well, Dawn, you're going to have to show up as you. And that's going to require you to see you. That's going to require you to see things that may not be in the best of quote unquote light. And not because it's bad, but just because sometimes I think we hide things out of shame. Because we think that it's not supposed to be seen. But what I learned this year also so much is with Brene Brown and talking about vulnerability is that when we open up and we share, that allows the ability to connect. And I said, I'm ready to connect. And first person I had to connect with was with Dawn. Honoring Dawn. Expressing Dawn. Showing up as Dawn. And you're like, hey, that's easy. You've been the same person for I don't know how many years, but it's like, wait a minute. At what point do you say I'm going to show up and see myself? And it's been cool so far. I'm sitting back and I'm just looking at a lot of the opportunities and experience and things that I talked about, how I wanted to experience, how it's coming now. But I showed up and perhaps it already started. Perhaps I said this on how long Vitamin D been on all the platforms? I think we're going on 1.5 years. Well, if that's the case, I shared even with my journey of growing my locks. I said how I did not have my locks for so many years because I felt as though it was going to hold me back, that I was going to be judged. It was going to put me in a box. Again, not showing up as Dawn. And I say this on every episode almost, or I feel like I say it a lot. How you do anything is how you'll do everything. My livelihood, my dream, my purpose is on the line. It's time to show up because I got to do God's will. I don't know what it is that you want out of your life, but if God says, hey, Dawn, I'm going to give you exceedingly abundantly, far more than what you could ever imagine. And it's like, I just need you to show up. It's time to show up, Dawn. So perhaps that was the first mark of me saying, I'm going to get these locks and I'm going to do me. And I guess just like with anything that we start, it isn't so pretty in the beginning because it's getting its footing. So, a lot of people I hear will not get locks because they're like, oh, that baby stage is just so, ooh. And I remember that. And I guess even in that process, I had to stand truth with Dawn because even I was growing my hair out. People make comments, oh, you growing your hair out like that? Or when I would get my locks, oh, your locks are like that? Or is that how you going to keep your hair out? And it's like, yeah, it was a process. And it was a journey, but I think it was also a journey of me just becoming confident in Dawn and walking in Dawn. So now my locks are maturing. They're all blonde and golden and I'm getting life. And if anything, I can't tell you how much I've been radiating. And I've been feeling like I'm walking into me. And I think that's what my gift that I gave myself in 2021. I said, Dawn, show up as you. Show up as that little girl that grew up off of Braille right there in Detroit off of 8 Mile. What up, dog? Braille, right off of 8 Mile. Show up as her. Show up as that little girl that used to be climbing up on all them doggone trees, sliding down slides with stools, beating up every boy on the block to the point they said, you can't play with Dawn, to literally feeling like I can fly because my mama said I could be anything that I want to be. But I realized that the only way I can be who it is I'm meant to be is that I show up as me. But I got to take the time to see me. Because remember, I said sometimes we so used to seeing ourselves in a different mode or a different angle or perhaps a different light. But what about when all the lights cut on? When you see it from every angle? It's kind of like that thing when you're in the mirror and you got your outfit on and you're like, oh, this is cute. And it's not till you turn to the side and you say, ooh, wait a minute, did I gain some weight? What I've been doing over there? I say, Dawn, it's time to get a 360 view. That's what I did with my meditation. And it's so good. You know, even I look at some of the painful moments that happened in 2021, I don't regret them because I experienced something that I didn't know that I was going to experience. I experienced something that may have, been out of the scope, but it allowed me to be with you right here, this moment, to share who I am right now and to be more excited than ever for what's to come. Right? Man, 2022, it's going to have to be amazing. I don't know if I shared this as well, but in my meditation process, because, I told you I was going through all my chakras, the guided meditation, how I learned about it, the process in which I was speaking with this individual is that she also talks about in the process how you'll start to see numbers, like numbers come out, speak to me. And it's actually been before this meditation process because I'm the type of person, if you catch me on a certain day, or just randomly, you can ask me the time, I can tell you the time. I've had it with complete strangers, people I've never met before. We can be in conversation. I can guess their age off the blue. For some reason, numbers speak out to me. So even in this meditation process, whether it's the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, 1122, 1101, 111, these numbers come out. But I wanted to focus on this because when I see 2022, I see the numbers 222. And I'm claiming this over my life because in Habakkuk 2:2, it says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. And my name is Dawn Dai, and I choose to speak life because I make myself what I am. So 222, just Googling 222, angel numbers, signifies a new beginning. I don't know about you, but I'm stepping into a new thing. Exceedingly and beyond. A new thing that I can create. A new thing that can be greater than what I've ever imagined. A new thing that's my peace. That's my purpose. It's my reason. It's my feeling. It's my being. It is me. What are you creating in 2022? We're going to have to make a choice. See, sometimes I think we wait for the day to make us, but I'm telling you, you're going to have to get up and make the day. You're going to have to choose to get up and be somebody. Go somewhere and do something. And it doesn't necessarily mean physically. Sometimes you're going to have to go ahead and do the work within, but I'm just saying you're going to have to choose. Faith without works is dead. You reap what you sow. What are you planting? Forget about yesterday and last year. That has nothing to do with what's about to come. That's another thing. Let me go back to that. You know how I said also what I got from 2022 of giving Dawn grace? Holding on to shit. Holding on to shit that you done said, that you done, that you feel like you regret, that you could have did in a different way. Just letting that go and freeing yourself. Giving yourself permission to be exactly who you are, and that is human. It be that a great regret that'll have you stuck. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like you can't move, you can't think, repeating the same story, the narrative over and over in your mind. That's what I mean about grace. Acknowledging it. Like grace, I don't feel like ignores. Grace, I feels like it sees it, but it's like, let's move on. Because when it's 2022, 2021 ain't here anymore. 2020 is gone. 2019, 2018, and so forth. So why are we looking back when it's time to go forward? And the thing that's so amazing is that you have the ability to create it. So what you creating in 2022, yo? Your vitamin D about to be crazy. You see me working out on the gram? Do you see what is happening right now? It's about to be crazy. I'm about to do some stuff that this world has never seen. I'm about to blow this world's mind. It's going to be crazy, and I'm so confident in it. It's almost like I know that I know, and I don't even know how I know. But if I can reap what I sow, best believe that's the seed that I'm planting. Because my God said abundance, and that's what I'm coming for. And if 2022 is going to give me a new beginning, I'm ready for a new thing. They said joy comes in the morning, and my name is Dawn Dai. It's a new dawn. It's a new damn day. Let's go, Dawn Dai. Let's go, you. Right now, today. I just want you to make a choice. Now, since this is, the last episode that's wrapping up in 2021, I was thinking, like, how do I want to close it? How do I want to wrap it? And after sharing what I've experienced through this year, hopefully I can give you a little taste of whatever it is that you may be going through or what you want to experience or just about taking a chance on yourself. Hell, if you've been listening to me, you see I done taken a damn chance. Figuring myself out and growing as I'm sitting here with you. So damn uncomfortable. Episodes I'm crying on, stuttering. But I need you to see me. And I need you to see you. Because we in this together. And we're going to be here for a while. Because I'm going down the history books. And it's going to be a story that I want to make sure connects with all the story that you can share. A story that you can say that actually you're going to be a part of this story because we in this together. And as much as I want this life for me, I want it for you too. Because I want us to look at each other and say, we did that. We did the damn thing because we decided to show up. Because we decided to see ourselves. Because we decided to take responsibility and say how we do anything is how we do everything. So are you showing up for yourself in 2022? I told you it's about a new beginning. I said it's about a new thing. I don't know about you, but we already know what just happened. They said joy comes in the morning. It's time to wake up. All right. Let me go into my Vita Chest. Let me go into my Vita Chest and see which word is coming out for the last word of 2021. What is it going to be, Lord? What you want to give us? What you want to give us? All right, let me unlock. All right, here we go. One. Let me open this. Ooh. Yes. Let's see. Failure. Ooh. I like this. I like this. I like this. I like this because I was working on this quick dose and I didn't finish it all the way. But it was from Migos. You know Migos. And they got this track, In a Position to Win. It's called Position to Win, but the chorus, in a position to win, in a position to go. And I was writing this and I'm just saying, where are you placing yourself? What's the environment? What are the people that you're surrounding yourself in? What kind of seeds, what kind of things are you sowing in yourself? Because that's what winners position themselves with. And see, the thing that I think is so interesting, or I think is important to point out, is that oftentimes when we think of winners, we forget that winners have a moment where they too fail. Or what I say, do I want to say fail? Because I feel like that's the end moment. But let's just say they don't quote unquote win in a sense. They may have a loss. But my thing is that, is there really a such thing as failure? Because I say you can't fail if you don't quit. You either learn a way of not to do something or a better way to do something. It's the optics. It's the viewpoint. And I look at it myself for what I'm doing with vitamin D. I just told you I'm about to be bigger than Oprah. Don't that sound crazy? if I had any moment in my brain, or if I even opted a space that I can fail, I wouldn't be able to share that with you. And I want whatever you have or what you desire to be that big that is crazy. Because that's when you allow God to put the super on it, the supernatural. Lars Cross said that. And I realize, and I want you to realize, that whatever it is that you're going after, and if you're facing challenges, is that God didn't put it in your heart. The universe didn't put it on your heart. The energies didn't conspire together to put it in your spirit for it not to manifest. You're just going to have to keep going. And just like I was talking about with these locks, it's going to be uncomfortable. There's so many people that are going to have so many things to say. But you're going to have to remind yourself what the vision is, not what you see. See, your vision goes more than your sight. And when you know what your vision is, you realize there isn't room for failure. That's another thing I decided to do for 2021. I said that I'm making room. That's how I had to see myself, because I'm making room for the abundance. And see, when we consistently go after something and what looks like failure, essentially we're making room because we found a way not to do something, or we found a better way to do something. We made room for something more to come. So what is failure? I say it's a stepping stone to success. Because you can't fail if you don't quit. Don't believe me? Just watch. Just watch. Just watch. I'm going to show the world. And I want you to do the same thing. Claim the new thing on your life. What is it that you want? Huh? You know, it's a pressure when you got to be an example of what you say. That's why your word is so much integrity. That's why they say life and death are in the power of the tongue. Because that integrity is something else, boy. You can give and take life away with words. Literally. I mean, we look at affirmations. You know, let me say that. I was watching King Richard. King Richard, yeah, the film about Venus and Serena's dad. I cried through the whole damn thing. Literally. From the moment I started the dang on movie to the end. I cried because it reminded me so much of my mother and everything that I am. Because he spoke life over those girls. He said everything that happened, he wrote the plan for it all. Y'all know how serious I am about speaking life because I have life tatted on my lip. But each time he said, I wrote this plan out. And them girls, when they'll be on that video, they spoke with so much confidence about who they were. Who are they showing up to be? Then you had it on the flip side, like in the competitions, when they were beating the other kids were like, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm not smart. Oh, I'm not good enough. And it was so powerful because I had a friend in town and we were watching it at the same time. And this friend it gets under my skin. And I have to learn patience with myself and allow people to make room for them to be who they are. Had a tendency to talk negative about themselves. Oh, I'm not good at this. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so crazy. And I was like, whoa, chill. Like, can you stop? And it wasn't until we watched this movie together that this person was able to get a visual representation of how important it is to speak life. Because this is his movie. He manifested this life for his girls. He spoke life into them. They spoke life into themselves. They've made history. And I want you to walk into 2022 doing that. Forget this whole notion of failure. It ain't it. It's just a stepping stone. But you got to speak it over your life. And if you kicking it with me, that's how we roll. If you ain't hit the road, Jack, because it's probably going to be an uncomfortable situation. But I say all that to say, it touched me because it reminded me how important it is to be surrounded around people and situations that speak life over my life. And I mentioned it, maybe, I don't know, I feel like I have, at least it's been a thought process on an episode before about whether it's needing or seeking validation from someone else. But I look at it more as just pouring down on my seeds. It's like sunshine. Like, why wouldn't you want to shine a light? And so I don't necessarily seek it or need it from other people, but it does feel good. And if I ask God to grow, I'm going to grow where the sun is shining. So that's what I say to you in this 2022. Allow it to be a new beginning for you. Take a chance. Continue the yes and. Walk into abundance. Realize failure is just a stepping stone to your success. A stepping stone to you living your best life on purpose and for purpose. Can you catch it? Can you dig it? I hope so. Now, we're going to be on a break for a bit. We're going to be back in January. More episodes, more content. We're going to do a whole branding uplift, facelift, I should say. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. That's what it's going to be. So as of right now, come check us out. We'll be back probably, I'm looking at the 2nd or 3rd week in January. Okay? I'm excited to be back with you. But you're going to stay tuned and we'll make sure on social media we keep up for the updates. And you can always email us if you have any questions, if you want to give us a heads up, if you want to be a guest on the show, got a product, or if you want to send an advice letter. You might need advice about something going on in your life. Get a head start, send it in. Because we're going to be reviewing all that because coming 2022, it's going to be knocking it all out. Okay? So email us, VitaminD@DawnDaiSpeaks.com, okay? And then also you can email us to go ahead and join the email list and you get the vitamin D straight to your email box. Yes, we'll send the email so you don't have to worry about ever missing an episode. If you miss the alert on your phone, it'll go straight into your inbox, okay? Also, if you've been enjoying the podcast like you have, and because we are growing, support me in spreading the word. Tell somebody else to check out Vitamin D with Dawn Dai, damn it, because I decided to go after my dreams. I decided to live my life on purpose and for purpose. I decided to be vulnerable with you so I can show you what it looks like to dream big. Can you support me? Vitamin D with Dawn Dai on every platform, wherever you get your favorite podcast, okay? Here with the mission to get you excited about your life. Also, if you're loving the content, we got our social media up. VitaminDDawnDai. Follow it everywhere. We got the clips from social media, meaning like the interviews, some of my check-ins, nuggets, inspiration. TikTok. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, everywhere. And then if you want to follow me personally, because you're like, I want some vitamin D outside of vitamin D, hit me up. Dawn Dai Speaks on all social media. I'm going to give you a little everything. You're going to get a little Dawn in the dust, if you know what I mean. Hey. Okay. Well, it's been exciting. It's been great. I know I tell you all the time, but I'm going to tell you again, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for finding me worthy enough to be in your car, your home, your bed, wherever you're listening to me at. I want to let you know that I'm grateful for you. And it means the world to me. When I started Vitamin D with Dawn Dai, back in 2012, 2011? No, probably 2012, 2020, 2013. I don't know where I said where we was going to go. It just started out as being a life bank account expert. And I wanted to use the lyrics of popular music and to inspire people. And I remember I had this vision. Where I was on stage. And these people, I could see them in the audience. And I got up there and they were waving, get excited about your life. And they're waving these dollar bills. And these dollar bills were, they were of course like money, but it was money because it was a deposit into their life. And that's when I got the notion of wanting people to realize that you are your greatest asset. And challenging people, what are you putting into your life bank account? What are you depositing into your life? And now that we fast forward, amen, Father. Amen. We going into 10 years. 9, 10 years, same difference, a decade. And God has shown me what we about to do. It's about to be crazy. It's about to be crazy. It's going to be ginormous. And it's going to make people feel good. Did I tell you the story how I got my name? Just like, that's, I guess, another reason. It reminded me of my dad and my mom, King Richard. It's just like how he spoke life over his girls. You know, when I was born, well, first, my dad died when I was 3 months, so I don't have a real recollection of him. But I like to say probably a lot of things that he spoke over my life is where I am now. But I was told that he went around, he told everybody, he said, I got a star. She gonna be a star. He said, her name is Dawn Dai. And I got me a star. Hey. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. I'm ready to shine. And I hope you are too, because listen, we all stars in this life. So let me get out of here because I keep ranting. Clearly, I don't want to go. But it's time to hit the road, Jack. All right. That's it for 2021. I love you. I appreciate you. It's onward and upward, exceedingly and beyond, far more than what you and I could ever imagine. It's gonna be crazy. All right, y'all. I love you. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. As I always say, I'm in the business of making dreams come true, and I damn sure ain't gonna forget about mine. So until next time, always remember, you are your greatest asset.
Get your vitamin D right here with me and get excited about